Welcome back, Troglodytes, to another episode of Trogly's Guitars. Today we're going to review a 1979 Gibson Les Paul Custom. Alright, a beautiful 1979 Gibson Les Paul Custom today in a gorgeous cherry sunburst. I kind of like this one because it's not your typical clown burst. In person, it's got a nice kind of orange layer in between the yellow and red that you don't really see. And I like how the maple neck actually makes the red kind of look more orange on the neck, whereas on the mahogany body it's a little darker. So beautiful guitar, and this thing is in pretty good shape. It's for the most part all original. We're going to go over what I believe has happened to this guitar, and we'll start with the headstock. The headstock is in good shape, as you can see. I mean, you've got your typical string change wear, and when I shine the light on it there that you can see. But overall, it's nothing too bad, just light wear and tear, no major nicks or dings to really point out there. Ebony fretboard is in great shape. Original frets have quite a bit of life left, but they are, your typical late 70s frets. They're very low and wide. You might not like them, but if you're familiar with the era, you'll know what to expect. There is some very light fret wear, as I said, nothing that really affects playability. And you do have a very tiny little bit of divoting on the second fret and an even smaller amount on the fourth fret. We'll take a closer look right here. Everything's good. Ebony fretboard was just oiled, frets were cleaned, all that, good to go. Front of the body's in good shape. You do have your typical light nicks and dings that we'll go over here. But the pickups are original T-tops. This is a 79, and this one is kind of a later 80. I believe this one might have been out at one point in time and put back in, or it might not even be 100% original to the guitar since it is a little bit later on. But it is still era correct. It's still, your T-top / Shaw era. So it's good to go for me. The only other change part is Schauler strap locks here. And let's finish the condition here. As you can see, no major, no nicks or dings. I mean, you've got some small dings here in this general area, and you've got some picking scratches kind of in this general area as well, especially right here. They're just kind of indentations into the clear coat there. Hopefully that's showing up. Just some light dings in this area as well. We'll just kind of let you see them as the light goes over them. But overall, I mean, I would consider this a clean guitar. It's not, collector's grade 100%, I wouldn't say. But, for the most part, I would say this is probably like 95% original. You got your strap buttons, as we talked about, were changed, and the possible replaced bridge humbucker with a correct humbucker to be in there. But let's take a moment to look at this top. It's kind of got a bird's eye maple top on it. I mean, it's fairly active, but it's not like overly active. I don't think I would necessarily say, advertise a bird's eye top, but it does kind of have some of that figuring. What I really like about this guitar is underneath the pickguard, there's like this large figure spot where, it's just kind of a little bit more figuring into the wood. I'll show you guys a photo of it. On to the back of the headstock, you can see the serial number 72089547, which makes this a pretty late 79, about 2/3 of the way through the year. And overall, no major nicks or dings to really note on the back here. The tuners are fairly pitted as far as the gold on it, but that's nothing too bad. Pretty much all the gold hardware on this is pretty pitted. I guess I forgot to show you guys the front. You can see the tarnishing on the pickup cover right in that area. And the bridge is pretty badly pitted, and same thing with the bridge or tailpiece here with the gold hardware being worn off. But, this thing's been played, and it's been played for a good reason. It's a pretty good player. But once again, if you don't like the low frets, you might not bond with it. After playing a refretted custom and going back to this one, I kind of prefer the refrets, but you can definitely get used to these frets. They're really good for like jazzy stuff. But as you can see, the neck is in good shape. No breaks, cracks, or repairs. Doesn't look like you have any missing finish on the sides of the neck either. Beautiful 60s profile. I would say it's definitely true to the 60s name. The back of the guitar is in pretty good shape. I mean, once I run some light over it, you can see there is some light buckle wear, as you can see there in the middle. Something else to point out here is there's a little tiny area of finish missing right there. It looks like it chipped off. Somebody's belt buckle was on it or something. But overall, a fairly clean guitar. I would say, you know, a very solid 8 out of 10. I mean, besides some light gold tarnishing and some very light player's wear, I mean, you got that one spot. It looks like you got a little bit of stand rash down here as well. But besides that, I mean, this guitar is pretty clean. So if you're looking for a nice clean one that you don't have to be scared to play, I would definitely suggest checking out this one. It's a very nice guitar. We'll take a look at it under black light here. Your headstock's in good shape, no finish touch-ups there. And the front of the guitar is also in great shape. Your original knobs are glowing, so you are good here. The back of the headstock and back of the neck are also in good shape. You can see a little bit of finish wear there, kind of from sweat from your hand. It's very common to see finish wear there. It can also be from resting against the case. But the neck finish is good, as is the body. And you can kind of see here where that little area was missing, as I pointed out earlier. Got a little bit of a ding there in the cutaway. But overall, once again, nice and clean guitar. Nothing to really worry about too much. Average weight at 10 pounds, 2.1 ounces. I mean, most of these Norlin era Les Paul Customs are around that 10-pound range. This one's not too bad. Now that we know what she looks like, let's hear how she sounds. If you think you might be interested in being the next owner of this beautiful 1979 Gibson Les Paul Custom, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, Troglys. You can also check out the listing on eBay or Reverb. Alright, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.